Okay. I am so sorry about that. I don't know what... Because I checked that time. Okay, that's good. I did like a speed test while I was reconnecting, and it said it was okay. No, that was on my end. I completely lost connection to OBS, to OBS. But then, for whatever reason, I wonder if there's something with Twitch, with like the Twitch servers, that they're difficult to reach. No OBS. Noobs. Noobs. I'm in bind. Send noobs. That's just... It's been happening more and more recently, and I thought it was my internet, but evidently it's not. Yeah, just frustrating. Because as far as I know, it might... The other thing that might be is... Don't summon things and get down and fight me like a toucan. It might just be my internet provider being, and this is a highly technical term for it, a stinky little bitch. They're just generally a problem. But well, at least it didn't split my... Oh, damn it! At least it didn't split my VOD into 2 parts. That has happened before. Where it was, I've honestly lost internet connection. That's just plain awful. Alright. But I hope everyone's been able to reconnect, and I very much apologize for how frustrating and annoying it is to have the connection just drop. Oh, and right after that we get an ad. Cause why not? Well. Ammo. Oh shoot, what? Oh right, making hard candy. That's what I was talking. That's what I was talking about before this stopped. Yeah, no, you... Ow. Oh, saved! Because I've really enjoyed the bit... Oh! But I've really enjoyed the attempts I've made before at making candy. Because it's, first of all, very intricate. Like, anything involving sweets, you have a point that if you're not careful with something, it'll either taste completely burned or won't turn out. Like, it either won't set, won't end up being nowhere near correct. Wait, he doesn't get kidnapped? He usually gets kidnapped by a weird hand dude. Oh, I'll take it. Mixer got back to me, and from what I've heard, that he loves the spin on it. Yes, this is exactly what I've told you, Ace. That you are doing a great job with that cover, and it's turning out amazing. So I'll just kind of sit here smugly knowing that I was correct. And I also can't wait for it. Can't. The only thing that can't be right is your inability to admit that you're doing a wonderful job. And Botanical, I cannot say that, but I will post in the Discord. Hey, the Picto box! Oh, finally got a camera. I'll post in the Discord when that is going live, because I am excited to see it. Wow, we are filling up everything except for things that are useful. Here, eat bomb. Purpose. Hey, I've liked the samples you've shown. The mixer, so like the samples you've shown. It's gonna be great. Trust me on this. Yeah, I've finally botanical gone through that massive playlist that we've been working on, added a couple more. The fact that somebody made a remix of Legend of Zelda music, but made it sound like the Doom soundtrack is just, that might be peak soundtrack. Like, I can't think of much better. All right. It's so good. It's better than it has any right to be. Oh, right. These guys. Yeah. We're just going to pop up over here and ignore all the floor masters. Please and thank you. Oh, that's helpful. So I was just thinking, okay, I can leave Makar where he is because most of this dungeon is designed to be able to be completed with just Link. And then I ran into one part where Makar is very useful. In fact, that's one of the areas that you're meant to come back when you rescue him from his prison and complete the rest of the dungeon through there. Ow, I walked right into that. I'm really hoping the bow is in here, because all of these whiz robes are so much easier with the bow. Of course, it is nice that you can just kind of haul right up and punch him in the face, but still, at least the boomerang. At least. Oh. Out. Okay, speaking... I feel like also that, for whatever reason, my controller, either I'm not pressing the buttons hard enough, and they're not reading inputs, or my X and Y buttons aren't being read. But still, considering last time I tried this controller before recently, it just wasn't reading any inputs on the C-Stick at all, and now the C-Stick works amazing. I'll take this win. You know, a lot of micro array data is free to access, and you can't just do analysis of different gene expressions online. Oh, and you can just... Yeah, that does sound really cool. Like, first of all, I'm not actually surprised that the microarray data is free, because this is like definitely the secret that people don't want on the internet, don't want you to know about the internet. But a lot of the internet actually is free or has some sort of free to use option or workaround. It's like if you want to get into a subscription restricted article on like the New York Times, all you actually have to do to get around it is put up inspect elements, inspect elements, and then remove the div that contains the barrier that they put in front of it. Or how most published scientific articles, if you need to read them, you can easily find who the author is and then just ask them for it, because they're able to do that. There's actually no direct reason for that. They don't benefit off of whatever site is putting a paywall between you and them and their research. It's so amazing once you know all those little things. And just And it's like just my general reminder that no, don't forget the internet was made off of free standards, free tech, and free ideas. It's everyone who came. So I've always done these by dropping through them with iron boots, but I can probably just bomb them. It's everyone who came later and wants to profit off of the internet that does not want you to know that there's free ways. In fact, incredibly stupid. Researchers, should be paid. Yeah, they should be paid to publish instead of having to pay. Like, that is one of the many ways that academia is so freaking upside down. Of the fact that it's all this very valuable work and research is put behind all of these restrictions and all these other hoops to go jump through to find. And in general, the fact that, because I don't have a problem with like monetization of the internet. Damn it. I was hoping I would break through underneath. I honestly would be okay with paying a subscription fee to use like a social media if that kept out bots and there was a general level of it being a very customer focused site that you could, in terms of using it like professionally, like for streaming or whatever, you would be guaranteed that you would have reach. It had a good algorithm. It didn't push ads. It didn't push mindless amounts of hate and engagement, rage baiting, but it was just very simple. You see what is relevant, useful, and helpful, not what we think that you should see. So I think there's a special chest that drops if you go through the right one of these. I might be wrong, and I might have just angered every single enemy that appears down here and is annoying to beat. But you know what? We will deal with this one hole at a time. There we go. The whole thing, yeah, the Reddit API. Hang on, I need to focus on. I have to focus on these things because unless you're getting in with a bomb, we are going to have to figure out how this works. Did that? No. It worked on one of them actually. Ow, ow, ow. 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 My face. I'm sorry. Sorry about missing chat. I'm currently in a hell of my own making. I'm adding that as a quote. About missing. Oh, works on the, yeah. Oh, I missed the knife throw. Ooh, new music, nice. But yeah, no, botanical. The whole thing with Reddit API changes going back to being supposedly one of the least profitable, and that is true. Like, the other part of the reason I'm okay with monetizing social media platforms of like as a subscription model is that they're actually not profitable. They were a victim. The business model behind them was the assumption that venture capitalists would put on money, stocks would grow, wealth would be exchanged without actually making a profit and operating it at a loss during this whole infinite growth era, where the assumption was, yeah, you just have a website and you'll grow to the moon without any restriction. New Jeans doing the League of Legends World album. Anthem. God. Arcane set a precedent that I feel weird about a little bit, partially because I like it. Because they had, with League of Legends and Arcane, they made Arcane to promote their game, which not a lot of people like, because its biggest defining factor is having a massive toxic fan base and not being that worth it. But then Arcane came out as an actually pretty competent TV show, anime, or however you want to take it, that worked surprisingly well. And then that kind of set a precedent that CD Projekt Red latched onto with Cyberpunk 2077 and Edge Runners. Cyberpunk was a complete disaster at launch. I have gotten it and have been playing it at least recently, especially with the new update. It's actually pretty good and really fun. But then when they started to get those updates and all that work towards it being really fun, what they also did was they released Edge Runners, which was, you know, made by Studio Trigger, which is full of alums from Studio Gainax, aka the people who made, among other things, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Gurren Lagann. What's their the other one? The one of the scissors. Kill la Kill, which are all really good animes in their own right. And yeah, they just kind of made Edge Runners. And here's the thing, I haven't seen it because I don't have a subscription to whatever it's on. But in Cyberpunk 2077, I looked this up because I was curious after I found it, but like the opening of the anime has the main character watching a brain dance, which is essentially just a pre-recorded VR, makes you feel like you're actually there thing. And in-game, you can find, discarded in a random alley with the Edge Runners logo, the same brain dance, and it plays in anime style the opening of Edge Runners. Which is just so funny because it spawned a headcanon that, yeah, some people have eye implants in 2077 to make everything look anime. Because technically they take whatever you see and experience as fact. So the fact that you see it as anime means that that's how whoever recorded it also saw it. But yeah, aside from like a little bit of Cyberpunk's UI, it's actually just the opening minutes of the opening brain dance that you see at the start of the show. It's actually a really cool Easter egg. Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you, Botanic. The Witcher shows started strong, fell off. I honestly think that there we go. Between how episodic the books are, like, because Witcher was originally a collection of short novels. Like, the only other thing I can think of is like Discworld, where that series had 40 plus books, and well, not all of them were needed for the full canon. They had like mini arcs and sub-series. Animated show, I think, would probably be the better option to kind of capture that. Yeah, a lot of them were based off of Grimm's fairy tales, and I know that the setting as a whole borrows a whole lot from Polish folklore, or like more European that isn't England folklore, which is really cool. And at least for the monster designs, because you know that one scene early in, I think, the first season where Geralt's fighting some big old swamp monster. Without having to do all the effects for that in live action, you could get a lot more monster shots and footages without running up the budget unnecessarily. So you could actually, you know, pay your writers. I swear, one of the most frustrating things is to see how so many people, so many industries just look at animation not as anything like they look at it as so lowbrow and low tier. Like it's just, oh, animations for kids, that anything made animated in any form just isn't worth it. Well, on the other hand, at your dad, which that is so frustrating. Well, meanwhile, if you treat animation as... I'm gonna run out of flight. Oops. As something that's, like, worth your time, or worth time, you get stuff like Full Metal Alchemist or Trigun, where people are still quoting FMA, and and Trigun managed to have... I'll be honest, I'm biased because I love it, but it managed to have a half-decent philosophical themes. But it was just... Those are all just animations where it was allowed to be treated as something more serious than, oh, this is just for kids. Hell, I think Full Metal Alchemist is the poster boy for, yeah, no, do not show your kids this. Ah, almost. There's just so much you can do with it. And also so much you can do that doesn't require a massive budget for... The thing that frustrates me the most with that mindset is all the live action remakes. All of the live action remakes that did not need to happen just because they were not confident enough in animation as a genre, or not even a genre, a style, to, you know, portray an already animated work, or to do it well. Ooh, Triforce chart. I don't actually know if that's useful, because last time we grabbed something from there, we just kind of didn't get anything but money. Because you see works like Spider-Verse that... Yeah, if there's an live action remake of Into the Spider-Verse, that is something that we should all... Oh, fuck. That we should all collectively... Oh, that worked surprisingly well. Lose our shit about. Because about half of the point of Spider-Verse was the fact that each and every comic and world depicted was rendered in a style close to the original form. That you could tell, because I remember I forgot to mention this to you, Botanic, but I actually watched the sequel of Into the Spider-Verse, or Across the Spider-Verse, and like, there's one scene late in Spider-Gwen's universe where the entire background color and coloration of the scene changes based off of the emotions of the characters in it. And I'm like, oh, that is fucking amazing. So I thought two things about it. One, oh god, I really did see this entire movie off of TikTok scalpers' best moments of. 2, it was so much better than seeing in bite-sized pieces a coherent whole. 3, I can't believe I have to wait for this part 2. 4, this is one of the most artistically beautiful things ever. And also those, how much focus the parents of Spider-Man, of the various Spider people got in the movie was honestly amazing. Because like a major theme of Spider-Man as a superhero is that he gets absolutely no breaks, has horrible luck, and in general, it's isolating, frustrating, infuriating, would be so much easier on him personally if he quit and didn't become Spider-Man. But he can't do that because of the whole great power, great responsibility. Which also I find it amazing that that line has been so baked into Spider-Man. The Spider-Verse, I believe, hasn't said that line once, and instead has just implied it as a truth that everyone involved knows that they need to accept. Saying stuff about the, yes, that is my favorite detail from, wait, where's the, oh right, the boss is on the basement, so I can, that is one of my favorite details, that in order to, at least in the first one, to make Miles appear, I need Mechar up here for this, to get across that he's less confident, less sure of himself. They animate him at 24 frames per second, which is specifically the slowest you can animate anything and have it appear as fluid movement. Like 24 frames per second is the exact speed that you need to trick your brain into seeing a series of still images as an animated whole. Anything less and it'll have noticeable stutter. So the fact that they have him at what is essentially the beginning frame rate of all film, and it just, because it's noticeable, you'll notice the human brain can notice when something is going at 30 frames per second versus 60, which are the usual standards nowadays. And the fact that the eye is sensitive enough of that to be able to pick it up and say, okay, the reason I'm getting headaches is because this is at 30 FPS and it's not well enough done. Yeah, but Hobie that's because Hobie isn't actually animated. He's a very elaborate stop motion with all of his various overlapping graphics and changing, like, magazine style. Like, it's noticeable for Hobie that he moves a lot more like, yeah, fundamentally a punk. He doesn't fit to any standards. What? Oh, damn it. And it's so cool how I remember hearing those absolute hell for him, for the animators working on him. Damn it. All right, one more try. One last time. But the style, didn't pop the chute fast enough. Because, and that's the other thing, that all of their styles and animations very much also fit into their character. Of how, like, Hobie doesn't, even graphically, doesn't conform to that animated standard of him being Very elaborate stop motion. Spider-Verse as a whole, as a project, it does such a good job of showing what animation can be used for and what happens when you let a talented and passionate team work on those projects. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to to see what they do for the part 3. I mainly do have to go back and watch part 1. That is one that I know mostly because people could not stop talking about it. But I also know that it was very good. Ugh. Get out of here, you weird squid faces. I don't know, the point is, if you hear about a very good artistic film, go watch it. What's the one behind my head? No, that doesn't sound right. I think it's... Oh. I should... Oh. I really should have just moved. Huh? Wait, I don't have this song? No, oh no. So, here's the problem with that. I have it right in front of me. I don't know the song itself because normal game, you're supposed to learn it off of a slab in the entrance. Randomizer game, you learn the slab isn't there, you learn it randomly. I have the other dungeon song and I don't have the item to get in. Give awesome animations. Oh right, I didn't tell you about... So when I watched Castlevania, it was right when I started streaming, and I had a fuck... Because not only was I playing Symphony of the Night, which... That... It borrows a... That... Wait. Where's the... Oh. Down. But I don't think I have the switch for that. It borrows a lot... it's fine for that because it's a randomizer, it's supposed to be. But like the characters and a bit of the plots from Castlevania 3, a lot of it, especially literally everything involving Alucard, is lifted from Symphony of the Night, which is the one that put Vania in the genre of Metroidvania. And from that alone, not only did they get... Oh, damn it, I hate all these stupid squid things. Why are they freaking everywhere in this dungeon? Who approved this? But I know, first of all, there's that scene in the village where Trevor goes through... Like, he confronts an angry mob of villagers, throws a knife, throws an axe, goes through... Then demons attack and he leads a small army of peasants. Every single item he uses is from the games and is used properly from how those sub-weapons function. Like the axe is used in a high arcing overhead throw. The dagger or knife is directly ahead in a straight shot. Holy water is thrown right in front and does horrendous damage to anything standing there. And I think this is a bombable here. As well as when... Especially when Alucard does like a flash step. I have heard, and I am honestly really impressed with how well I've heard that you can throw a knife. It's so awesome. Like, and here's the thing. Those producers have not were not huge Castlevania fans. They merely did research. Like, not only were all the sub-weapons correct, there was also in Castlevania 3, Trevor, you can recruit Sypha and Alucard as either alternate characters or just general assists. You recruit Sypha after rescuing them from being petrified by an ogre, which also happens in the anime. You recruit Alucard by finding his crypt and awakening him, which also happens. And also whenever Alucard does like a flash step, first of all, his magical flying sword thing is a reference to Symphony of the Night's sword familiar, which is pretty great, and you can wield it in the game. After a while, it becomes one, but because that entire game's busted in half, not the most powerful weapon. But his flash step also has the same color. Oh, I need Makar for this. Oops. Same color as you would have in the game when you do a back step. And it's just, every part of that is so much small references that I'm going to wait until I'm streaming another Castlevania game to point out. Or everything else. Kunai throat? Nice. What's good? Was good with throwing stars too. So I have a ninja mod. That's good to know. Since an act got placed in 2021. Stupid knife laws. Banning all that fun stuff. I assume that you just like that for learning it's something similar to anything. You have like axe throwing centers, target ranges. You just kind of go in, start practicing. Gotta remember I can't let that gauge fall out. Got bored with darts at a pub one time. Someone there happened to know a thing or two, taught me the basics. Became a hobby. Or, I suppose that's a true answer. You meet a bloke in the pub and then things go on from there. Yeah, that is amazing. So I have a feeling that, Ace, if we ever meet IRL, I'm going to get a... Look, it's not wrong. The world is so much more fun once you understand how to word things like that. Because that is exactly what happened. Okay, I'm just gonna kill this guy. You met a bloke at a pub once, and then things went on from there, and you know how to throw knives. So I pick up the guys at a pub, you throw a knife at them, and then you just say, yeah, you're with me now. And you wonder why you're boyfriend material. It's because you do things like this. Oh, what hobbies do you have? Motorcycle racing, knife throwing, boxing, stuff like that. Normal things. Seriously, if you ever visit the Midwest, yeah, in exchange we'll give you good cooking. We'll expose you to new exotic foods like peaches or multiple types of cheese. You're masculine. Honestly, I'm here for it. It's amazing. And I honestly think that more people should just do things they enjoy, because if you find something fun, gendering activities is kind of stupid. Can teach you how to crochet. Okay, crochet. Oh, damn it. Crochet is also on the list of craft activities that I'm pretty sure are black magic. Because as again, you wave around a little stick, you mutter words, you follow an arcane complex pattern, and then you have a blanket. Just a whole ass blanket. Of course, you guys have to buy your own knives there. Can't get them through customs. Oh, ace. Crochet's 3D printing with yarn. As far as dangerous things we can get our hands on in the Midwest, one block down from me is a shooting range. I pass it every day home from work, and I pass that and a VA hall and can get concealed carry certified at either one of those. I think I can find some knives. Ooh, perfect. Because as I said, there's a spoiling for choice for shooting ranges, and depending on where you go, well, I know if you're willing to like make it all the way out to Las Vegas, there are places that will let you rent, drive, and fire a tank. It is full on insane. Casino. Oh, we can also definitely do a casino night. Casino night, tank firing. I've definitely also heard of places that you can rent a minigun. Just everything. And it does help that the state of Nevada is a lawless land. Nothing makes sense, and everything you think would be highly illegal just kind of isn't. But there's so many options for just destruction and whatnot. I should see if, depending on where we go, I got uncle out in Michigan that, hear me out, crane. So off of the last topic of the rented tank, I'm like, oh yeah, you can. There are also those places where you can rent construction equipment. Oh no, she doesn't mean like an actual construction crane. She means like the gachapon machines. Yeah, like that's fair, but not to being against gambling. My whole opinion is that you play for low stakes. You set a budget, like I am going to take $100 to $50, whatever's comfortable for you. And I am counting this as lost. I don't care if I lose it at the slots, lose it at the table, lose it at, or just lose it because I bought everything at the bar. Not that. No, you're not crazy. We are. We would be down for that. Hell, my family would definitely be down for that. But no, if we get to Michigan, I could definitely do the whole filling things with tannerite, a mild explosive, and seeing how things go with that. Because I know people in the middle of nowhere who definitely have their own shooting ranges and are more than happy to fill appliances and the like with tannerite. Explosives with a person set cereal on fire. Yeah, sounds great. Oh, I'm sure it's fine. I don't. Also don't. Oh yeah, yeah, there was that one person in college that did take everyone fire breathing, and there's also in the era where y'all would do cool shit, but I was either too busy or like it was like you guys just weirdly impromptu did the coolest shit, and when asked later, you're just like, yeah, we were bored, so this one person just said, well, I have all the stuff for fire breathing, you want to go? It's a little bit more complex with that. You take like high proof alcohol, oh yeah, fuck that dude. I know exactly who you're talking about, and fuck that dude. Yeah, it's like highly flammable paraffin oil, which then, well, you don't actually breathe it or drink it. You kind of, I think, hold it in your mouth, and you have to do something special to make sure it doesn't backdraft down the lungs. Don't know why that was my first question. Oh, you can inhale fire. You'll just be going to the intensive care unit with a set of burned lungs. Oh, for sure. Anything flammable. Nothing flammable tastes good. Example, alcohol. Alcohol is an acquired taste for that reason. You have to get used to it. Like, I've seen the videos, and fire breathing is definitely really cool. Oh, for sure. You were definitely onto something with your hot cereal idea. Probably. Is there... I know there's a... It's saying there's a chest in here. Oh, that's right. There are more enemies. And you gotta defeat them all. I'm still amazed that I know that no matter whatever I do, Ace, I will never top your cereal on fire. Yeah, there's just so many cool hobbies that people can get down to. Like either the super creative ones like art, ones that take enough effort that you have to wonder if anyone involved in it is actually sane, like streaming. Aha. Or really cool things like, who's Bailey and why are they with alcoholic cereal? God, that would be good. Or like those really involved, more, not really physical, but really skill-intensive hobbies like knife throwing or fire breathing. Damn it, if I could get anything else. Hang on, I'm gonna be right back. I ran out of water and throat's hurting. Hey, back with some orange juice. It always goes. I realized something while I was up that my like go-to throat soothing drink for streaming is right. I think I need Macar for this. But my go-to drink is just water with some lemon juice and like some sugar or simple syrup in it. And then I realized that's just really shitty lemonade. I should probably just get lemonade. Oh. Yeah, what Botanic said. Bailey's a cream and whiskey mix or something. Something like that. It's like really creamy. It's kind of like alcohol cream. Something like that. Yeah, use it in the Americas for Irish coffee, or what I've done when I had some after I got back from a trip to Ireland was I'd make milkshakes and put some Baileys in it. Yeah, sweet, creamy alcohol. Good for eggnog, too, if that's how you swing. Dad was Irish, great-grandparents were Scottish. They had to try many native drinks. Ah. Fun. Hopefully they're good. Good, definitely. Personally, I'd definitely be down for trying. Oh. We also need Mecha for here, but not for the part that I thought we needed him for. Well, hell. Keep on forgetting that I don't need... where I do and don't need this guy. Yeah, I was thinking... I have not really had a bad experience with, like, trying regional specialty drinks. The proper way to drink Guinness, then. I'm interested to hear this because I'm pretty sure that my consumption habits of Guinness are wrong. Although granted, most pours of Guinness probably don't start with, hey, drink the rest of this. We need the can and a little bit of the alcohol for beer can chicken. It just falls, hits, and skips. Oh, do share, because I'm pretty sure I don't know. I've probably heard it, but off the top of my head, I don't remember the proper way to drink it. Because usually it's like 9 times out of 10 when I have Guinness is seen people get really upset about it. Oh, that type of person. I am so mad about this, and I will not tell you what the proper way is. I will just be mad at you not knowing this thing that you shouldn't know. Yeah, usually because of the flavor of Guinness, my family uses it a lot more for cooking, like corned beef or beer can chicken, where about half of it gets poured out and half of it stays in the can, and the entire can of beer gets shoved up the rear end of a chicken, which is then grilled. It's delicious. And honestly, there's no other way to say it but describe beer can chicken, but that you're sticking a beer can up the rear end of a chicken. Because that's honestly it. It's a way of grilling a chicken with some liquid that gets boiled off by the grill, and it's also stood up on the grill. It ends up with a pretty juicy and really delicately flavored chicken. That, and it's really funny. So I'm missing one there because I don't have the song. Okay, if the odds are that that's actually the song behind it, and I can just waltz right to the boss, that would be amazing. Ah, the all-important pour, so it does... Right, I think I remember once, because it's my family... We were not entirely sure. We heard a rattling in a can that we had. We're like, what is that? So we cut open the can to see what this was about, and found a ball in there and had to Google it of like, why is there this random tiny ping pong ball in our Guinness? Oh. I can't get there because I still don't have the song. All right, we've done all we can here. Ugh. Now, like, we Googled it, and I think we came... Oh, yeah, some have it for the express reason of the all-important pour. When you crack it open, the ball has, like... I don't remember how exactly they do it, but it has certain, like, stuff in it. I think it might just be trapped air that once you pop the can and pour it, and this is only in, like, the 16-ounce cans or such, that once you crack it and pour it, it foams it up and gives it a good head. All right. No, I mistimed this. Nope. Perfect timing. Had a feeling. Okay, where's the exit? First floor. Yeah. Hey, Botanical, wait until you hear that beer is... that butt is a legitimate measure of beer. Yeah, but... Wait, let me Google this. Let's see. But... Fluid... measurement. The US, one butt is equal to 126 gallons. Something about an angled glass drawn up to about 3/4 of a pint glass and allowed to settle before filling the rest of the top. Very simple. Then people are divided about how you drink it. Weird, okay. Weird, but okay to both of you. Yeah, if I've learned one thing about being more on social media because of streaming, it's that you do not need a good reason to be angry about people. About how people do things on the internet. In fact, it's often easier to be completely angry at someone if you have a bad reason, such as how you drink a beer. Weird but true. Alright. Oh. Now, I either need to find the other song. Ow. Or... I suppose the other thing is... I don't like that one strand of hair. Worst person ever. Case in point. Ugh. Case in point, anything can be a sticking issue. Alright. So now where else... I'm not even sure that these give anything. Platform, light ring, what I could really use... Because I'm going off of memory. The Steel Stone Watcher has one. Southern Private Oasis has a side quest we can't do. Because I'm trying to go off of memory, off of where we get the Triforce shards. Bread out here? This one does. Regular bread doesn't. Unless you count the one piece of fan art community made of regular bread with this model's hair. In which case, yes. One fairy. One other thing I can think of is... Stay. I mean, hey, if you need to go to bed, it's like, what, past midnight for you? Like, go to bed if you want, but if not, stay. That, and there's only a half hour left in stream anyway, so... We all need 4 a.m. tired dates plotting. I do not know what we just signed up for, but we were just signed up for it. Okay. That was steel. I think I can do Shark Island now, actually. I think I have all of the... Yeah, the iron boots and the skull hammer. That's all the switch... flippers. Flip switchers. Ugh. Muscle memory from having to do command on so many people. Southern Fairly. I think that's closest. Oh, so I know. So I've discovered something when I was up getting a drink. Somehow, either the glasses I bought were shitty, or my dishwasher is extremely aggressive because somehow one of my glasses broke. The second time that this happened, and I don't know whether to be concerned or impressed. Probably impressed. We need the bow for that guy. Which that would get us something. But yes, also, what sort of plotting you thinking of? There's a lot of particulate in the dishwasher, either stuff you're washing or in the trap. I need to clean that off. Well, mystery solved. The answer is yet again because yeah, I should probably clean that out. I mean, I'm definitely going to have to before I run it. Wait, no, I didn't unload the dishwasher. I ran it, but I didn't. This is just sitting up here broken. That. Oh, then. I do not know how. I don't know what's broken now. Hey, Sith. How you doing? Hey, Mecca. How are you doing, too? Hope you're doing well. We're just realized that we can do. Okay, we have a updraft there for some ungodly reason. We're making progress in here and talking about stuff. Mostly about how a glass just mysteriously shattered and I have no idea how. Stream ideas for you. Try to do a speedrun of Sunshine, but every 30 minutes you add fake UI from other games. Oh, I've seen those, of those like hacks or settings that that they just keep on adding like every single bad UI they can. That would be hilarious. Especially because I think I could probably do a pretty good speed run. There's a couple glitches I'd have to read up on, but because of how it does progression, you can actually skip most of Serena Beach. Or Gelato Beach. You're welcome and pay me for ideas, please. All right, what's your rate? I'll PayPal it over. I've been watching a video about the worst ass kicking in the NFL since Dolphins beat the punt. Ad. You know, wait a minute because I think the person I'm responding to is stuck in the ad. Yep. This is such a brawl. No, good to hear that you're chilling, Sith. I hope that the day was good for you, and at least the night is. Mobile. Oh! Huh, I still got ads on. I always still get ads on mobile. It's PC I never do, because I have stuff. Good to know. Also, the only thing I can think of for worst ass kicking in the NFL is the Detroit Lions' perfect season of 0-16. They did not win a single game. But also glad that you're doing good and good to see you in. How long is this fight? Right, because of turbos. Yeah, I don't get ads at least on mine because I'm subbed to myself. It's a nice arrangement. Turns out when you make the content, you always get perfectly adless recall. This whole time, I've never had to watch an ad on my own stream. Yeah. Oh, Lions, too sad, but now the Lions are not too bad. Here's the thing. As far as everyone I've met from Michigan who follows sports, the Lions being the absolute worst team in the NFL and generally disappointing is a weird source of pride. Like, a common joke is when I die, I want the Detroit Lions to lower me in the grave so they can let me down one last time. And yes, that is... So here's the thing. The text-to-speech thing got kind of stalled out because my original idea was, oh, I can put one of my models... Because there's this program called V2 Pog, which you can have like a live 2D model, so I could have one of my bread bodies do the text-to-speech duties, and it'll have lip sync and the like. It's really cool. But my original idea, it was to train like a text-to-speech voice on my own voice, and then I realized that that was very bad because then anyone could make me say anything, and it's much better to go on the robotic ones, on a robotic voice rather than one that sounds like that. And I do like the idea of the demonic text-to-speech voice, or just like cacophony. True, Ace is the best. That is nice. But I do need to set that. Green Bay Packers, Bears, and Lions too. Better than Detroit. Funny thing you mentioned that. I shouldn't say that. Just I have had the opportunity to annoy every one of those sports fan teams, or I've known someone who liked them and was able to annoy them by hoping against their team or gloating when one of the others won. Cool, pay me for second content idea. All right, send me an invoice. You know I'll pay it. Don't bet I won't. Oh, that reminds me. That's something for 14. Don't watch any sports in the Formula 1 race. Formula 1, I was surprised how much that grabbed me. Like, I watched one with my brother a while ago, and that was so much fun. Like, I honestly enjoyed watching the race. Granted, we were also day drinking, so I think it might be a case of like golf where that always does, where that'll always make it better. NASCAR and college football, still classics, still good. All right, where the hell else can we go? Shark Island was a bust. Five Eye Reef had nothing, unless I'm missing. Unless there's like actually, I'm going to just go to 7-Star Isle and see if there's like a cave or something I never found there. Just in case, because I know there is a thing there, and if it's the mirror shield, that can, which I'm hoping, because they said it was a defensive item, that could help, just in general. Which way is north? That way's north. Sounds really stupid, but NASCAR goes clockwise. Okay, I should know this because I've watched a NASCAR race with you, Mecha, but at the time I did almost fall out of my chair and had to go lay down because I was so exhausted. So I don't know myself. And I feel kind of bad about it. Oh yeah, you're opening your comms soon, aren't you? I know it's generally been tough for opening comms, but hopefully things go well for you. Oh yeah, no, these are just random ass rocks with some random ass rock birds. Counterclockwise on oval. Road courses, anything can happen. True, road courses have right turns as well as lefts, so who knows what might happen there. Okay, I've done Overlook. Windfall. I've beaten that one. I think I've plumbed out almost everything from Outset. I really need to get into Ice Ring Isle and Fire Mountain for more stuff. I'm half tempted to pull up the cheat file to see just what I can get into. Fairy. It's not any reef treasures. Big Octos. That's the next part. I really wish I had the Big Octo chart, but we have bombs, we have the grappling hook. Not the best kit to hunt giant squids, but they are on the list of things that can have that sort of drop. I just have to remember, I think there's one by 3 Eye Reef Like in this, it's like Five Eye Reef Diamond Step. Ace! How are you? Okay, gotcha. Have you seen the first person views for Formula Ones in Monte Carlo? Oh, God. Yeah, Monte Carlo is... That one's a tough course. Look at the third... Okay. Wait, what's the... Up in chat. Oh. Third content. Have a flood... Oh, that would be so cool. That is definitely a fun idea. Because I was watching someone else play just Paper Mario, and they had like they made a Mario hat asset and used a mustache to slap on and get in the mood, so it could definitely do that with Flood. Okay. I think I happened onto two things here. One here. Cosmic. Monte Carlo is not suitable for modern F1. I will not be taking questions at this time. I am very grateful for your plotting, Ace. So the thing is, one of the games that my brother and sister I got for when I got a VR headset for, I think it was like for a present for myself, is to get an F1 game for it. So I got F1 2021 or 22, not the latest, but oh shit, I just shot that out of the sky. But like that alone, I have a new appreciation for F1 simply because okay, that happened. Being in the cockpit, we had a conversation of we couldn't tell if like the FPS was off, the frame was jittery. It was, oh yeah, sure, yeah, links are, you can put links in the chat. No one's giving me a reason not to. Car's too big, track too small, impossible to pass on track. That's actually a fair reason for being bad for F1. But yeah, between how small the cockpits are, how crazy, like how crazy everything is, and how fast you're going, we kind of had the idea that it was that the headaches we were getting because of what we were writing off as jerky camera, stuttery vision, and poor graphics was kind of accurate to the experience. Yeah, it makes a cool FPV, definitely. And I'm just going to open this for my viewing pleasure after stream. Oh, come on! Skull necklace, that vanilla game, that's like, ugh. Vanilla game, that's a Triforce chart, or I really need the Incredible chart, or the Triforce chart. All I got is Tingle's chart, because I could look it up, but I kind of want to do everything with information and whatnot that I have in game. I just know that I'm looking for a massive grouping of seagulls, because that always marks, oh yeah, seagulls, like big circling clouds is what marks the, oh, yeah, Zero Realm has an insane setup with the full pedals, brake, wheel, and enough torque to keep you in place. Now imagine that with VR too. I don't have near as nice a setup. I have old PS2 wheel and pedal set that barely works. I mean, it works fine, but it's not as high end as his. Miss NASCAR's stationary camera shots. Like this weekend in Talladega, they'd be doing 200 miles. Only reason they don't go faster is NASCAR says that's too dangerous. Fair. That is a definitely legit reason to not go much faster, simply because it's impossible to make that safe. Okay, so I'm thinking, I know one Triforce chart is held in a shift with one of those golden crests on it. There's definitely a NASCAR. Yeah, there's NASCAR in Michigan? NASCAR of Michigan run 210 since they aren't in the back. Damn. Well, depending on how well they race, it might be more accurate to say you have NASCAR all over Michigan, because some of those crashes get intense. One of the race we were watching where he like flipped several times and somehow landed on his wheels still. Like, sure, he was on fire, but still. All right. Let's see if I can see where this is. No, I passed another big octo, and I know I'm not thinking it. I know it was by a reef. It was in proximity to Outset and a reef, and it wasn't the one that usually has a magic upgrade. That is much lower, and because I remember as I found it when I was sailing back to Outback, or not Outback Island, Outset, not the steak place. Huh, dude, just south of Brooklyn. Well, hell, she in the International Speedway. Ooh, this is either a good sign or random atmospheric weather. Let's see if we sail out of it. Maybe it was over here. 2 Mile Oval. Yeah, thanks for the info. Huh. Okay. I know I am crazy, but I know I'm not crazy about this in specific. Keep on. Now, I think largely just because of, like, we got a lot of good progress, but right now I just kind of need a bit of time to let this stew and think about where else I can go. All right. So for that, let's go see who we have to raid. The Vroom Vroom is fun. Fastest races speed on circuit. Damn, right in Michigan, you never guess. All right. Let me pull up. We rated someone who's doing art recently. Let's see, we got Gunpla, building, feeling crafty. Oh, actually, let me check this one quick. Got a Mega Man inspired game, or we have Sea of Stars, which is honestly feels a lot like Chrono Trigger. Yeah. Thanks for coming, everyone. I hope you had a great time. It was a whole lot of fun. I'll be live next Thursday, hopefully with Final Fantasy 14. Just things have been busy, and sometimes scheduling don't work out. Let me just roll quick to see even odds. All right. Doing the Mega Man one, 30XX. Cypher Mermaid comment. She's great, and honestly, this game looks like a whole lot of fun. Oh, one more fact. You have a few seconds before this before I raid. So type quick. I mean, all right. See ya.